selected one. Eventually, the veil of the commonplace starts to peel off, exposing the remarkable truth that lies within you and that you have sensed in yourself, a startling realization that whispers in the back of your mind, informing you that you have always understood that you are unique in some inexplicable way, so you are more than simply another face in the crowd. That the world has not taught you that you have a purpose, and now that the moment has arrived for you to accept that you are the one who has been selected. To make it clear, this letter is intended for individuals those who have sensed that they are here for something more, have heard the call. Something more than the routine life cycles in which you currently find yourself. The cosmos is listening to these words for a reason. It is not a coincidence. Speaking straight to you, Aligned itself states that there are no mishaps on the path of a selected one. Before we proceed, I want you to stick by me all the way through. Of this message, view the entire film, and when you do, let your inner self become more aware of the reality that is being disclosed to you in the comments. I please add your best wishes and the number 99. This will serve as a declaration to the universe, an indication that you are prepared to identify yourself with the wishes are fulfilled by the energy of manifestation when they are supported by conviction and readiness. Should follow the road that has been set out for you, because what you send out into the world comes back to you. To you, expressing your desires is more than just making a request. It's about activating and starting things that are unstoppable, such as this video. If you haven't subscribed yet, do so now. Signed up for the channel, and let's get back to the message that has been waiting for you. Those who are unique in this world and who had a purpose from birth that wasn't supposed to be concealed. Throughout history, there have been people whose lives had purpose and whose spirits shone brighter, beyond what they could comprehend right away. Some have always known their purpose, while others have had to endure hardships, obstacles, and awakenings before realizing their destiny. Among them, you have consistently been the indications, whether you were aware of them at the time or not. You might have been the one who never fit in the. If you had a different perspective on the world than those around you, you might have been misinterpreted or even questioned your own abilities, that you were meant to stand separate. Yet the fact never changed. You have sensed the energy because you were destined to lead and guide others in order to bring forth something that only you can provide. Shifting. You've seen that things are more complicated than they seem and that forces are in work. You've realized that your thoughts determine the energy you release, and your decisions are influencing your reality in ways you were not entirely aware of previously. This is the awakening of a chosen one. The understanding that you are not just being but also influencing, producing and manifesting most fundamental aspect of life. Yet you must realize that being selected does not imply thinking your path will be simple, but in reality, those selected frequently encounter the greatest difficulties. You may have had times when you struggled deeply with being alone, and feeling as if you were on a path that no one else could comprehend was not a form of punishment. The challenges you have endured were never intended to shatter you. Rather, they were supposed to help you become more prepared. Mold you into the person you were intended to be with every challenge and disappointment. Every instance of doubt has contributed to your growth and the fire you have endured. It was intended to burn away anything that wasn't really you, not to destroy you. Your essence, your unadulterated, unstoppable self, the one who has been you, are no longer constrained by the layers of conditioning, fear, and limitation that you are waiting beneath. The world's delusions, you are entering your actual self, that you don't need to look for anything because the time for hiding and waiting is past. Permission to be yourself. You don't need other people's approval to do so. Recognize your purpose. You are here to fulfill it by embracing your calling. Something was ingrained in you from the start. You are not here by chance. There are many people in this world who need your abilities, insights, and very presence. Won't comprehend you, which is acceptable because not everyone is destined to follow this road. However, those destined to see will see, and those destined to hear will hear. You just need to live, say, and act on your truth in the world. You don't need to persuade anyone else of it. Will be able to identify your light when you fully embody it. The energies of this era are changing, and the traditional systems are disintegrating. The cosmos is calling forth those who are prepared and willing to rise in order to make room for something new. You are one of them. Rise above the clamour and assert your own power. If you weren't present, now is your chance. This is your cue that you're done. There's no need to wait any longer to show who you really are. You've always known deep down that you are the one, and the world is waiting for you. Stay with me on this trip since it's just the beginning, and allow yourself to move into your destiny. Is approaching, and as we dig further, you'll find many more facts that will change your self-perception and sense of purpose. But for the time being, allow this. Let the message sink in and revive something that has lain dormant for too long. You are never alone. By yourself, you are a part of something bigger, more expansive, and more powerful. It is bringing you to this very moment by moving, guiding, and aligning everything. Believe it, accept it, move forward, and show the truth. A chosen person's awakening is. It is a journey and an unfolding that takes place in layers rather than a single occurrence, appearing when the time is appropriate. If you're here right now, it's because the next layer is ready to be unveiled, and the call you sense inside is becoming louder and more insistent. The universe is trying to tell you to pursue your purpose more. This is the chosen one's route, and even if it might occasionally appear strange, it is the one you are always supposed to follow. Walk. Somewhere within of you, the realization has already happened. A change occurred, a realization that you are not here to live, you are here to bring forth something important from a life of mere existence, something that the world has been anticipating. But this insight is just it starts with duty, and responsibility leads to necessity. For a deeper comprehension, you could have wondered why you've always felt different, and why the environment around you has frequently appeared far away or odd, which is because your energy functions on a different frequency than sensitive to something unusual linked to invisible influences that most people ignore as imagination. But you are aware that it goes beyond that since you have experienced the invisible. Themes that permeate existence, tying people together in ways that defy reason, and influencing events and results. This sensitivity is your talent and what makes you unique. It is not a weakness. Your existence in this planet is not arbitrary, chosen one. You possess a vibration that impacts your thoughts, feelings, and everything else around your intentions. They have an external ripple effect on reality that you are only now starting to understand, which is why you're as a chosen one. Your journey necessitates awareness and intentionality. Don't just watch life. You influence it with every idea and every word you hear. You have power in everything you say and do, but that power also comes with the clarity is essential because the universe doesn't react to uncertainty or confusion. Reacts to conviction to assurance, which is why the selected one's path frequently starts with internal work, must first harmonize your inner world before you can influence the outside world. Your heart, mind, and soul must all work together to overcome any lingering doubts or fears. You must acknowledge and then let go of that whisper, since it is a relic of an outdated version of yourself that no longer fulfills your role due to the conditioning you underwent. Society frequently ignores the invisible, since the world was created to make you forget who you are. It educates individuals to concentrate on the physical, quantifiable, and intuitive. But you have always aware that there is more. You have sensed a room spirit before anyone spoke. When something important was about to happen, you could feel the changes in the environment, but they are not. Coincidences are indications that, as a chosen one, you are attuned to the deeper levels of reality, is transforming on its own. You may have observed how people respond to you. Some are attracted to you without understanding why. Due to the fact that your energy threatens the established quo, others may find you unsettling. People who are ready for the truth will feel inspired and protected with you, while those who are not will cling to the illusions, will resist, and occasionally even respond negatively. Don't take it personally. It is about the energy you carry on your journey, not about you. Courage. There will be times when you feel overwhelmed by the magnitude of your mission and the weight of your purpose. Feels overwhelming at times. Keep in mind that you were picked specifically because the cosmos doesn't make mistakes. You are capable. The strength you require is. You don't need to look for it outside of yourself since it has always been there, frequently been there, waiting for you to claim it as the chosen one's path. Involves solitude, particularly at first. This is not a penalty. Rather, it is preparing alone. You develop the ability to hear your soul's voice without the distractions from the outside world. You learn to rely on your gut to discern between the sounds of fear and the direction of truth. This internal training is crucial because as your influence increases, you will be expected to maintain your convictions even in the face of doubt or opposition. The difficulties you encounter are not barriers, rather, they are beginnings. Every test and every moment of uncertainty is a chance to demonstrate to yourself that you are prepared for the next phase of your mission. The universe challenges you to make you stronger, not to break you. Every time you choose to follow your path and overcome fear, you get newfound strength and comprehension of one of the most significant. One of the realities you have to accept is that you are a co-creator of the universe and of reality. Reacts to your intentions, energy, and focus, which is why clarity of knowing what you are here to do and committing to it gives you a sense of purpose. Your purpose with the steadfast belief that the universe operates in ways that appear to be miraculous synchronizations, opportunities present themselves, and those who share your goals are drawn to you, is alignment rather than luck. And although your purpose is very personal, it's not only for you are here to aid others and contribute to a larger awakening. Keep in mind your own strength and purpose. The light you carry is designed to ignite, not to be concealed. This does not imply that you have to preach or convince others of your presence. As you travel this journey, keep in mind that your genuine expression of your truth will accomplish more than words ever could. Believing the universe's energy is on your side and supports you in ways that can't always see, but you can always sense that the help you need is there. You have the indications, synchronizations, and intuitive cues at your fingertips. They are the universe's method of speaking to you. The more you trust them, the more clearly they will act. There will be times when the instruction is unclear and the old anxieties attempt to resurface during those times and firmly establish yourself in your understanding of who you are, reminding you of the path you have already taken through the changes you've already gone through. The fact that you are receiving this message is proof that you are prepared for a chosen one to awaken. Is not about changing into someone you're not. Rather, it's about recognizing who you've always been. The strength, the knowledge. You've always had a mission, and now is the moment to truly live it. Without hesitation, take a stand and assert your role in the world's ongoing development. There is still more to discover on this voyage in order to activate it. Not linear. With each step, it spirals further and deeper into your inner truth. Increases clarity, strength, and purpose throughout the journey of the path of the chosen one is powerful and sacred, and it develops in ways that are both enigmatic and meaningful. If you're here now, it indicates that you've taken the call, regardless if. Whether you realize it or not, the cosmos is not by chance that you are here. Doesn't waste energy on chance. Everything that has brought you to this point has been inspired by God. Another key to unlocking the truth that has lain dormant inside of you is the carefully planned message you are going to receive. It's time to go deeper, take a closer look at what you've been taught, and accept reality. Of who and what you really are, being selected is not about being picked, because of your responsibilities is more important than your rank or supremacy. Since you possess a frequency that is in tune with greater truths, this, like a lighthouse, frequency both calls you to your higher purpose and simultaneously sends out signals that impact others around you. Whether you are aware of it or not, your presence affects other people's energy fields. You enter a room and change the mood without uttering a word. Some people may feel encouraged, inspired, and energized, whereas others can experience uneasiness or even terror. Your energy is such that it awakens dormant energy and breaks stagnation, features of individuals, and brings to light hidden truths. However, this power also comes with mastery is required, because a chosen one who is not conscious of their impact might generate chaos, of malice, but from ignorance, which is why it is so important that you have your awakening. You must learn to handle the transition from unconscious to conscious intention impact. Your vitality, ideas, and feelings. Only then can you accomplish the world's indoctrination has worked hard to keep you asleep since you were a little child, which is the reason you were chosen. You were instructed on how to think, behave, and believe by the systems of society is set up to stifle the inner wisdom that is inherently present in you. You were trained to look for searching for answers, affirmation, and purpose outside of oneself. Yet now that you awaken you to the fact that you already possess the insight you need. The strength and direction have always been there, just waiting for you to recall them. This remembering is an energy activation rather than an intellectual activity. You experience it more than you may realize. It manifests as a profound understanding and an unwavering. When you come upon truth, your body reacts with a sense of confidence that goes beyond reason. Goosebumps, a feeling of resonance that is inexplicable but unavoidable. This is your spirit realizing what the mind finds difficult to comprehend. Years of social training may cause them to reject it or attempt to justify their disbelief, but the soul is inviting you to step because it knows and remembers. As a chosen one, you are not here to transcend the confines of the mind, abide by the previous paradigm's regulations. The old world was based on scarcity and terror, and control. It led individuals to feel small, helpless, and detached. But you've seen through the delusion, and, on some level, you know that you are a producer of reality, not just an observer of it. The quantum field, the physical reality's underlying energetic matrix, reacts to your feelings, goals, and thoughts, which is why self-mastery is. The journey of mastery starts with understanding that if you don't control your inner world, the outside world will control you. You must develop a keen awareness of your feelings and thoughts, not from a position of condemnation, but from a place of inquiry and clarity. Each thought releases a frequency of fear, and a low, love, appreciation, and faith transmit high expansion frequencies at a constrictive frequency. The universe reacts to frequencies rather than just words. You can use positive affirmations all day long to raise your vibration, but if your core energy is based on uncertainty, the outcomes will show that skepticism. But when you exhibit true faith and sense the truth of the law of resonance, states that the cosmos must reciprocate aspirations as though they had already materialized. Beyond the mind, mastery encompasses the body and spirit. Your body is more than simply a physical vessel. It is an antenna that continuously sends and receives energy and experiences. Your vibrant self is communicating with you through those instinctive cues that cause a quick feeling of excitement or fear. The soul speaks, yet the logical mind may doubt these indications. The next phase of your path calls for you to enter through feeling and the nuanced language of energy. your true self, which entails taking off the masks you've put on to blend in and gain acceptance. The world has trained you to conform and darken your light so that others can judge you. Won't feel uncomfortable, but as a chosen one, you were intended to shine and not blend in. Make a statement to set an example. Your light isn't supposed to be concealed. Its purpose is to light the way for others. It does not imply that you must look for acceptance or recognition. Genuine leadership is independent of. When you live truly, affirmation comes from an internal alignment with truth. Your influence becomes magnetic when your activities are in line with your soul's mission, and others will be drawn to you. Energy, not because you're trying to convince them, but because truth has an indisputable power of its own. As you go deeper into your purpose, you will come upon the money of the soul. Resistance that may originate internally when repressed doubts and anxieties come to the surface, or from outside as others doubt, criticize, or disagree with you. Do not be discouraged. Resistance indicates that you are stepping into new power levels and stepping outside of your comfort zone. Because of your influence, the forces working to uphold the old paradigm will oppose your awakening. Challenges the existing quo, but keep in mind that light always triumphs over darkness. Since illusion is always dispelled by reality, your job is to stay firmly rooted in the road ahead may seem uncertain at times, but you are always aware of and committed to just the cosmos, the invisible forces that sustain the combined energy of other awakened souls are with you. Signals will rise, and synchronizations will emerge, and your intuition will become more powerful. These are not coincidental events. Rather, they are affirmations that you are on the right track. Pay attention to these indicators and have faith in them. Even though your mission is expressed differently, it has a commonality. Foundation with all selected individuals to increase the amount of light, truth, and alignment in the world will show you how to accomplish this goal step by step, so you don't need. All you have to do is take the next step to see the full road, and then the next. The important thing is to trust the process to continue as the journey unfolds. Being brave and acting with openness does not imply that one is fearless. It means facing your fear and moving forward despite it. It means speaking your truth even when it trembles. The people around you make fun of or misinterpret your desire for strength is already forged within you by the difficulties you have faced, overcome by reflecting on the times in your life when you felt like you couldn't continue, yet you managed to do so. Were training grounds where you were prepared for the mission that is currently in front of you? Is the moment to completely let go of the past, including the suffering, uncertainty, and old tales of imagine them as weights that have held you tethered to the earth. They are no longer a limitation. See yourself now. Sever each of those cords individually until you can stand up and experience the lightness. The liberation, the expansion. This is who you really are, a limitless force. The world needs you right now because you are a divine creature on Earth to accomplish a meaningful mission. More than ever, the planet's energies are changing, the ancient buildings are collapsing, and people are seeking wisdom, truth, hope. Your light, your presence, example can serve as a lighthouse to guide others through this transition. So don't undervalue your impact. One candle has the power to light up countless others without extinguishing its own flame. You are that candle. Light, confidently move forth. The period of hiding is done. You are the chosen one. Your doubts are over. This is your time and mission. One, and the entire world awaits your self-disclosure. The journey of the chosen one goes farther and deeper than you could have ever dreamed. You've passed through the doorway, moved past the delusions of the everyday world, and started to sense the power that is part of this awakening. But it's just the start of the journey. Demands steadfast dedication, constant self-awareness, and a readiness to accept realities that may question all you thought you knew. You're not just waking up, you're being reborn into your complete self. And this rebirth entails the obligation to follow the path of being a chosen one. You possess a blueprint or sacred design that is encoded in your body. This blueprint, which is embedded in your innermost being, includes your gifts, your mission, and your mission is something you need to remember that the world taught you to seek, not something you need to discover. Responses from outside sources to seek direction from society institutions and authority systems. But your truth does not exist in ideologies or textbooks. Rather, it exists in the quiet, knowing center of your being. The solutions you're looking for have always been there, patiently awaiting the day when you'll turn inward and pay attention to this inner direction, which calls for silence amid the cacophony of the social media, is constantly created to divert you from your actual self. Although news and entertainment are not always harmful, they can become traps that draw you away from your center. The mind becomes overflowing with other people's thoughts, anxieties, and desires. You must regain your mental and physical strength in order to follow the chosen course. Sovereignty entails carefully selecting what you let into your head and protecting your energy. Would protect a priceless gem because your energy is exactly that, is your most potent resource. Energy is the money of production. Your reality is shaped in ways that are both visible and invisible by the ripples that every emotion and desire send across the quantum field. And invisible, the selected one recognizes this and takes drastic accountability for their internal condition if you permit fear, uncertainty, or resentment to. You will build a reality that reflects those frequencies if you control your energy. But if you practice thankfulness, love, and faith, the cosmos will react by sharing stories that reflect these higher states. But this isn't. The idea of magical thinking is based on quantum mechanics, which states that energy reacts to energy. Tool, but it is not your master. Instead, your mind, which has been programmed over years, will frequently oppose your awakening and adhere to ingrained habits, even if those patterns lead to misery. This is how the ego keeps itself in charge. Fears the unknown since it is unable to control what it does not comprehend. As when you take charge of your life, your ego may rebel and start to think about your lack of value, fear, or skepticism. Acknowledges these ideas as delusions and shadows created by. According to the old paradigm, you are the awareness that watches your thoughts, not your thoughts themselves. Consistent practice is necessary to train your mind, and meditation is one of the most effective techniques you can use. When you, sitting quietly and paying attention to your breathing, you start to separate yourself from your thoughts. Chatter. You put distance between your thoughts and yourself so that your soul's deeper voice may come through. Over time, this exercise will improve your intuition, increase your consciousness, and fortify your bond with the universal intelligence. But meditation by itself is insufficient. You also need to engage in conscious living. This entails being totally engaged with the present at all times, as well as the past and the future. Mental constructs known as illusions can cause you to lose sight of your power, which is found in the here and now. Your energy condenses into a more concentrated and powerful state when you are completely present. The occurrence of miracles, synchronizations, and acceleration of manifestations as a selected you have probably encountered synchronicities, which are ostensibly coincidental occurrences that defy logic. Explanation. These are signs and messages, not chance events. Pay attention to these signs from the universe that you are headed in the correct direction. Indications when you frequently see particular numbers appear alongside particular symbols, or hear profoundly moving messages without realizing that you are being led by the universe, which communicates through patterns. Even when the mind tries to ignore these messages, the language of energy trusts them. Ignore them. Trust is a cornerstone of your trip, the logical. While the mind seeks certainty, the chosen one's path necessitates faith. Not a naive conviction. Rather, it is an inner wisdom that surpasses reason, Belief that everything is happening for your benefit and that the universe is naturally supportive utmost good, even in the face of chaotic circumstances. This trust enables you to give up the need to be in charge of every result. Giving up does not imply passivity is letting go of resistance and allowing life to flow naturally. When one acts based on intuition rather than fear, the power of surrender is frequently misunderstood. Although society associates strength with control, true power comes from adaptability, flexibility, and alignment. Picture a tree in a storm. The pressure causes the stiff tree to break. You have to study how the adaptable tree bends and endures as a chosen one. The skill of submitting to your own inner wisdom rather than to outside influences, since your soul can see beyond the limitations of the mind. It embraces this soul and understands the way even when the mind cannot understand it. The ego likes titles, praise, and affirmation. Thus, guidance necessitates humility. Fight the need to believe that you are better than others because of your awakening. True mastery comes with it, by humility and understanding that your abilities serve the larger good rather than just yourself. The chosen one serves out of love for your presence rather than out of duty. Your words and deeds have the capacity to inspire, uplift, and heal. But when used with humility and compassion, this power is amplified. At this moment, the energies of the old world is disappearing, and the new is appearing as transition reaches its zenith. Be strong, speak your truth, and shine your light without fear of remorse. Your time has come, and you have been selected. The awakening has finished, but the journey goes on. Proceed bravely, clearly, and with an open heart towards the cosmos. Walks with you all the time.